Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. My goal in this video today is to actually show you how to build an endgame build based on your specialization. Now, you can build in any way you want, but this is just specifically designed for you to build in a backwards type way instead of getting your pieces and then building on how you want to run your different weapons. The first thing you want to do is you want to upgrade your specializations first and then build around it. So it's a different ideology that the developers have actually put here in the game. And to be very honest, I think it's very interesting and I like it. It's ridiculous. So I'm going the demolitionist first. My next deal is to go with the survivalist. And so I'm going to spec here fully. If you notice, I have 83 of my specialization points already in here, and I have 6 extra that I have not mapped yet because I want to go for my full-on demolitionist skill. This gives you 25% increased signature weapon damage, and I think it gives you up to 145%. So the reason I have not gone for it is because there's a lot of investment that goes into it, and I would miss out on so many other things here. So let's start with the clockwise direction. This gives me increased burn resistance by 20%. This gives me the frag grenade also helps me deal more frag grenade damage and makes enemies bleed. This repairs my armor kits for 70%. Oh my goodness. The armor kits repair 70% damage and boosts weapon handling for 100% for 15 seconds. And then when it's completed, I get an extra 30%. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Why would I spec everything into 145 damage for my signature weapon that only holds 6 rounds or 6 different ammo when I can get all these perks just going in? Also, I have a 25% increase explosive damage, so this tells me that I need to find ways to increase my explosive damage. You're getting the point now. Now, I'm not using my turret because it's just hard to use. If you're in a raid, though, where you need some serious specializations, this will come in handy. Now, I could upgrade it and get the turret, no problem. I got 6 points, but just holding on to my 6 points because I think this is where I probably need to start investing time because this turret is hard to use. Now, it's good. Don't get me wrong. Once you upgrade all 3, this one actually gives you more ammunition. So increase the turret ammunition count. And then this one actually increases the turret's damage. So you can get some really good use out of this. But first of all, I'm working on my agent in order to eventually get here to the skill side. This just gives you a uniform. Isn't that crazy? Now, group members gain 5% damage to targets out of cover. Why would I get this? I like to run in groups for the hardest missions, and I'm buffing my group up. This is crazy that I can do this. So imagine if my groupmate is, maybe one of my groupmates is using an LMG, and it's got about 15% damage to targets out of cover. This extra 5% makes him have 20%. And then this gives me, it helps me ignore explosives. This says you can ignore explosive once every second. Now, is this something that I should have spent 6 or 3 credits on or whatever? Not really. You can do without, but if I took these credits out, I would definitely be putting them in my turret. And then this allows you, says when armor is reduced to 0, it refills all your main weapon ammo automatically. Definitely something you should be getting. And then this is where our build is going to start to shine. Let's start to look at these things. So from the explosive damage we're getting, and then from buffing our teammates and getting some med kits fun stuff, I said med kits, armor kit fun stuff, this is now going to go into your main weapon that your specialization can buff. So this says increased LMG machine gun damage. This gives me up to 15%. You can actually upgrade this in a 3-tier form, 5, 10, and 15 when you start to use your specialization credits. And by the way, if you don't know how to get these specialization credits, you can do daily missions and they'll give them to you. Those are the activities that I know for now that are actually giving them. And so I think when you start doing your strongholds and are progressing to the world tier, it will also give you some more. And I think there are probably going to be other ways to farm them. If there's a way to farm them and please leave in a comment section because I want 100% this one and move into my other specializations as well. This also increases my SMG damage to 15%. I can upgrade in a 3-tier system, 1, 2, and 3. And then this is just a free one. It says explosive kills drop signature ammo for 40mm grenade launchers, except when caused by the 40mm grenade launchers. Okay, whatever. And then this allows me to upgrade the damage on my signature weapon, which is a good perk to have, by the way. And why I don't have it yet is because I want to farm more credits, about 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, I think, or maybe even more to get them. And then this says kills with signature weapon grants a chance to gain signature weapon ammo for all group or raid members. So this is actually pretty cool. When a lot of people are going to be using their signature weapons, this is going to be nice to do, because if somebody has a perk like this in maybe another specialization like the survivalist and they have a kill with that signature weapon, then they can help the entire group to get their specialization ammo. Now, I've shown you my specialization. I've shown you my, this reduces the chance that you're critically hit in conflict by 20%. That's actually pretty good if you're a PvP player, so consider that. This gives you your sidearm, and then this increases your sidearm damage. So let's move on to my build. It took 7 minutes to actually show you everything. This is not just an ordinary build video, is it? So this is what I've decided to come up with. Now, SMG damage, I get 15% from them. And also, I get 15% LMG damage. So I've gotten two weapons right here. One an SMG, one an LMG. And so I'm running a Circle of Concern mask in order to get an extra 10% SMG damage. If I really wanted to go nuts, I could get an extra 8% critical hit damage as well with two of the Circle of Concern brand sets. But I'm not doing that yet. Also, for my talent, I have self-adjusting here. But to be very honest, I would prefer for another talent here. But right now, all I have is this mask, and it's only got this self-adjusting, which is 20% armor regeneration, which I don't mind. But the thing is, I don't understand exactly how it works. And so I've tried and tested what armor regeneration looks like, and I'm still doing my testing, so please bear with me. And it's not even a 450 gear score one as well, too. So I need to get one that's 450 gear score. This is my chest piece. It's a Petrov defense group, and it gives me 10% LMG damage, and it also gives me 15% turret skill power. So if I were to take my turret, the turret mod from my specialization, I can get more skill power for that mod, which skill power goes into your skill cooldowns and all that stuff. So that's one thing I could do, or I could just change out my second Petrov, which I have this Petrov piece here. It's a holster, and it's what I'm using for my extra turret skill power, because my chest piece here has capacitative, which allows 20% skill duration. Now, you're wondering, why do you have that? Why not have something like destructive? Which you're right. I am going to go and roll this into here to get destructive, which gives me 20% explosive damage. So the explosive damage that I'm getting from my specialized weapon, my hypothesis is this is going to augment that very much so. So this is how you're going to be building now. I've been looking for a way to get Berserk, but for some reason Berserk will not roll on here, and Berserk is a very good talent. So I might have to find a way to get this LMG damage using another piece, because I have a 450 Overlord piece, but the Overlord piece only gives me rifle damage. So maybe if I can get this Overlord, where's my Overlord piece here? No, maybe if I can get this Berserk to roll on maybe a Sokolov chest piece, a Sokolov Concern chest piece, and I can get that chest piece here, and I can get the critical hit damage, I can get Berserk, and I can also then remove the extra turret skill power, then that will work for me. But these are my choices for now to go with my build. And then this is a Wyvern backpack, which is giving me 7% critical hit damage, and also giving me hard hitting, which is damage to elites. And that's why I've taken it. I've taken it over Badger Turf, which gives me 15% armor on kill. But the thing about Badger Turf is, Badger Turf does not have any talents that I've seen so far. If you have a Badger Turf item that actually has a talent spot, please let me know. I think they've done that on purpose to actually allow for the gear set to be balanced. Because if you had 7 and then you had some more damage to elite here, and then you had damage to elite here as well, people can probably spam one Badger Turf item is going to be super overpowered. So I think they've done that on purpose. And then I'm using here, this is Wyvern, yes. So I'm using a Wyvern here, and then I'm using these knee pads, which are Fenris, and that's because they actually have hard hitting, which it has 2 talents. That's why I'm using it, and then it has patience. Now these 2 talents, I'm getting an extra 15% damage to elite here, plus the 7 I'm getting from Badger Turf, and also I can get more hard hitting, and also the hard hitting from my Wyvern as well here. Now, what does this little patient talent or patience talent do? It regenerates your armor, and you need to have a specific a specific health-based requirement in order to use it, or health or armor-based requirement in order to be able to use it. So you need 7 or more. But I was able to find pieces that were just enough to get me that 7. So the choices are based on so many things. They're based on the brand set. They're based on the brand set attributes, whether or not they can take even specific kinds of skills or talents. Like this chess piece will not take Berserk on it. I don't know why. Perhaps Berserk is a talent that is just specifically to specific chess pieces. And to be honest, I've only seen Berserk on the Overlord armaments. I have not seen it on anything else. So somebody help me if they can find Berserk somewhere else, because I have 2 Overlord chess pieces. And yeah, they both have Berserk on them. So maybe Berserk is only limited to just the Overlord chess pieces. Perhaps they're probably on the chess pieces and I just haven't seen them. And so this is my build. And when we go to my character sheet, we're going to look at a few things and see some fun active talents. Weapon damage is 15,000 for my LMG. That's or my UMP, sorry. My LMG has like almost 18,000 damage. Crit chance is 33%. Crit damage is 44%. Headshot damage is 61%. My range is here. Accuracy and stability, I'm losing on both of those, but both weapons that I'm using do have a lot of accuracy. And also, this is the bonuses that are coming from different places. LMG and SMG bonus damage, they hit very hard, by the way. 52% damage to elites. That's crazy. And then let's go to, so I don't worry about all this skill stuff just yet. I mean, if your talents alone in this game will carry you through. Let's look at my weapons. Now, my tactical UMP is going to be hitting for almost 16,000 damage, 600 RPM. That's pretty much the damage of some assault rifles. So if you come close, and if an NPC comes close and I touch them with this thing, they're going to disappear. And then also my reload time is taking only 2 seconds. That's how this weapon makes up for its DPS. It has a very small reload time. My weapon talents for now, to me, I don't think they really matter. I need to remove Zen. I have a lot of reload speed here, and I'm going to leave it that way. I have 20% damage to burning enemies, and I'm going to leave it that way because I'm actually planning on running my incineration turret. But Zen I want to remove for something like preservation, which is actually very, very good, or reformation. And I think the talent on the bottom slot, I think it's free. I don't know how possible it is for me to roll those, but I need to go investigate and see. On my LMG that I'm using, yeah, it does 15,000 damage. I don't know why I thought it did 18k. Where did I get that from? And this actually has eyeless, which is more damage to blinded enemies, stability, which I need, and then has rooted. While equipped and in cover, skill damage and healing is increased by 25%, and for 10 seconds, but buff is lost when exiting cover and can only occur once per 25 seconds. I'm going to be in cover for, pretty much my gameplay, and this build helps me. I have my turret here, buddy assault turret, which is actually pretty good. I can use this to get some more buffs to enemies that are burning if they come close. I'm not really dependent now on the assault turret as I was when I first started as a solo player. And then I have my Hive Revive mod, which is pretty good because sometimes I get carried away and they take me out and boom, I'm down, and so I'm needing some help. So this is just a demolitionist type build, a build that augments my weapons. Now, one thing I need to do is actually roll a damage skill on here. So there is a skill called Destructive that gives me extra 20% explosive damage, which I need to do. I need to roll, or I can roll hard hitting, which gives me an extra 15% damage to elite. I can't make up my mind, and I don't have a lot of money right now anyways. My credits are pretty low, so that's why I haven't even rolled it, because I have some stuff to roll. So you can build like this, and if you get better pieces that, you're not going to have to depend on, maybe Wyvern isn't bad, but you're not going to have to depend on maybe Fenris knee pads to get 2 talents and then get assault rifle damage that you probably don't need. So I would say a Suckle of Concern knee pad here, or Petrov knee pads, will be really good for me, but you can do whatever you want. My goal is to show you that you can augment your weapons based on this build, and also specific talents and perks that can also help your agent in combat and for combat effectiveness. So that's all I have for today. This is version 1 of my build. I'm going to try my best to actually spec this build to be much more min-maxed by getting specific pieces in specific places. But let me just tell you, there are millions of builds that you can do in this game. In fact, the build diversity is off the chain. And so I didn't think I was going to need to do build videos, but looking at the way builds are in this game, it's actually so much fun to be able to share my ideas with you guys. And I want you to please share your ideas in the comment section. Let me know what you're building for your demolitionist build, because if your build is better than mine, I will definitely be running it, no doubt. And just to let you know, I'm not the smartest guy in the room. So that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for your time and audience, and I guess I'll see you in my next video. Peace.